Representative Talarico, welcome back to the program. It's been a while since we've had you on here, but welcome back. More than a half dozen other states across the country already have this in place, or they're getting it in place right now. But give us an idea of what kind of drugs that Texans will be able to get cheaper.
Well, first, I think it's important to acknowledge that Texans pay twice what Canadians pay for their prescription drugs. And so the goal of this bill is to safely import those cheap prescription drugs from Canada so that we can save lives here in our state. And the estimates are that we could save anywhere from 60 to 70% on the price of commonly used prescription drugs, from asthma medication, blood pressure medication, cancer drugs, medication that people need for themselves and their families. We could get for a lot cheaper if we just opened the doors and allowed us to import those medicines from our neighbors to the north.
And the federal government made this available. But the idea, I think the way I understand it, is to get for the state to get health insurance plans, to get doctors, to get pharmacies all on board with this, to sign up for this program. Where would Texans physically go to get these? Their regular pharmacy they go to now?
That's exactly right. So my bill creates the wholesale drug importation program under our state's Health and Human Services Commission. And it's taking advantage of the pathway that the Trump administration set up in 2020 that allows for states to safely import these drugs from Canada. And so 6 states have already passed it, states as different as Florida and Colorado and New Hampshire and New Mexico. And so it's our job to get Texans at the front of the line to take advantage of this program when it's finally approved by the FDA.
This was almost unanimous coming out of the House. There's a companion bill in the Senate as well. Do you expect this to clear the Senate? We have, 6 weeks or so left in the session?
I do. I'm really fortunate this is a bipartisan and bicameral bill. Senator Charles Perry, a Republican in the state Senate, is carrying it for me on the Senate side, and he expects a unanimous vote on this bill coming out of the Senate. And then from there, it'll go to the governor's desk for a signature. And so this is really an example of what we can do when we bring Democrats and Republicans together to solve problems in our state. And this is one of the biggest problems. You know, Texans pay the highest prescription drug prices in the world, more than any other industrialized nation. And that's why 42% of Texans ration or skip doses. And it's why 250,000 Americans die every year from not taking their medications. So the status quo is unacceptable. It's dangerously unsafe. And we've got to do something. I'm excited that lawmakers from both political parties are coming together to get this done.
And Representative Talarico, if this is passed, which it sounds like it's on its way to being passed here, this will take effect September 1st of this year. How long until Texans could actually start taking advantage of this?
You know, that all depends on President Biden. I said 6 states have already done it. We would be the 7th. We would be the largest state to adopt this policy. And that's going to put pressure on President Biden, a member of my own party, to finally approve this, to allow our citizens to take advantage of these low-cost prescription drugs from Canada. And so I urge the president to do the right thing here, get this approved immediately, and start saving lives. Because
what does the president need to do?
The president and the FDA need to approve these plans that states are putting forward. And right now, the president is instructing his administration to work with states to finalize these plans and finalize the details. And that's great, but we've got to move quicker. We've got to have FDA approval. We've got to get these plans rolling so that we can start saving lives here in our state.
So if this goes into effect September the 1st, we're still waiting on the federal government. I presume it could act before September the 1st, but if not, we're still just on the hook, right?
That's right. And you know what's been holding us up is a lawsuit from Big Pharma. Everyone supports this bill, Republicans, Democrats, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders. 78% of Americans support this plan. The only group that doesn't is Big Pharma, because we'd be putting the lives of Texans over their profits. Our bill puts people over profits. And there was a lawsuit by Big Pharma against these plans coming from states. That lawsuit just got thrown out of court in February. So I expect now, because that lawsuit has been dismissed, that we're going to start to see approval happening quicker at the federal level.
Representative, congratulations to you. Huge passage there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.